You might be surprised to learn that giraffes and humans share the same number of neck vertebrae. 7, to be exact. Speaking of giraffes, while camels are famously known for their incredible thirst resistance, hello there! Welcome to Insight Edge, your go-to channel for uncovering the fascinating truths all around us. Ever wondered how much honey a single bee can make in its entire lifetime? Or whether fish actually sleep? Well, if you have, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Did You Know? Season 1, Episode 1. Mona Hairless.
What the hell?
Everyone knows that the Mona Lisa is the most famous painting in the world. It's the most viewed, written about, sung about, and recreated artwork in history. It also holds the record for the highest insurance value, $100 million in 1962, which would be nearly $800 million today. Yet, few people realize that in Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, Mona Lisa is entirely without eyebrows or eyelashes. Throughout its entire life, an average worker bee produces only about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey, roughly 0.416 milliliters. By similar calculations, it has been determined that to produce just 1 liter, or 1,000 milliliters, of honey, these industrious workers, the most diligent in the world, must fly a distance totaling nearly 200,000 kilometers and gather nectar from 4.44 million flowers. Just like humans, fish also sleep, and their sleeping habits are quite fascinating. For instance, most fish sleep with their eyes open, simply because they can't fully close them. After all, fish don't have eyelids. Many species, including sharks, have to swim while they sleep to keep water flowing over their gills, ensuring they don't suffocate. Interestingly, dolphins, which are mammals despite being called fish, only rest half of their brain at a time. The other half stays awake. Scientists believe this is so they can occasionally come up for air and keep an eye out for sharks. As for me, I'm a simple, practical person. I suspect that dolphins sleep with half their brain awake to make sure their wives aren't gossiping about them or sneaking money out of their wallets. You can't tickle yourself, but you'll laugh uncontrollably when someone else does it. Everyone knows that, right? Well, a study from the University of London explains why. Our brains are pretty smart. They can predict the sensations our own actions will create, and they simply choose to ignore them. In other words, your brain decides to overlook those feelings. But when it comes to someone else's actions, your brain can't see it coming, which is why it catches you off guard. So, the takeaway here is, the brain is quicker than the hand. No way is the hand quicker than the brain. Even though the giraffe has the longest neck of any living creature today, you might be surprised to learn that giraffes and humans share the same number of neck vertebrae. 7, to be exact. Speaking of giraffes, while camels are famously known for their incredible thirst resistance, biologists tell us they can only go without water for up to 15 days. Giraffes, on the other hand, can last up to 21 days without a drink. And when they're incredibly thirsty, they can gulp down as much as 45 liters of water in one go. By the way, if we're talking about the ultimate thirst champion in the animal kingdom, the title goes to the kangaroo rat. These little guys can live their entire 35-year lifespan without drinking a single drop of water. From now on, when someone asks you what an apple tree, a peach tree, a pear tree, a plum tree, a mulberry, a strawberry, a raspberry, a cherry tree, and an almond tree all have in common, you can confidently answer, they're all part of the rose family. Yep, the rose family. Everyone knows that third, fourth plus, or even fifth-generation fighter jets from military superpowers can hit, exceed, or even double the speed of sound, which clocks in at a whopping 1,235 km/h. When these jets break through the sound barrier, they create a phenomenon known as a sonic boom, a thunderous, earth-shaking roar that's impossible to ignore. It's such an impressive display that it naturally grabs everyone's attention. But here's the thing. People often forget that you don't need a jet to create a sonic boom. Any object moving faster than the speed of sound can do it. Take a bullet fired from a gun, for example, or even Superman flying through the sky. Heck, even a rock thrown by Superman would do the trick. And if we're talking about simpler things, the crack of a cowboy's whip? Yep, that's a mini sonic boom too. So the next time you hear that sharp crack from a whip, just remember, it's actually a tiny sonic boom in action. Hippos, apart from being able to open their jaws to an impressive 150 degrees and producing some of the stinkiest symphonies in the animal kingdom, have another unique trick up their thick-skinned sleeves. Just like the Akalteke horses of Turkmenistan, famous for their blood-red sweat, hippos also secrete a special liquid that folks like to call nature's sunscreen. Now, some scientists argue that this red, oily substance isn't actually sweat. While sweat's main job is to cool the body, this mysterious red goo serves a different purpose altogether. It keeps their skin moisturized, waterproof, and bacteria-free. On sunny days, it even acts as a UV shield for our hefty friends. Unfortunately, scientists still haven't cracked the chemical code of this so-called hippo sweat. If they ever do, it seems like the ladies among us might finally have a new skincare secret to share. You've just finished watching part 1 of our video series, Did You Know? Mona Lisa's Bare Truth on Insight Edge. What do you think about this series? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited for the next episodes? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe. Seriously, that's the key. Alright, that's all for now. Catch you in the next one.